Hi everyone, Liz here, thanks for stopping by. So, you saw in my video a couple of days ago that I had completed my Father's Day canvas, and I thought I'd just show you how I'd turned it into a card, and just a couple of little problems I'm having because the weather is so hot. Geez, it was hot yesterday. Anyway, so what I've done to make this large card, which it won't be an exact size because I've cut it to fit. So I believe the canvas, once it was cut out, came out at 24.5 centimetres that way. So I've done the piece of card is just slightly under 26 centimetres. And then that side is just slightly under 26 metres because the canvas is 24.5. So it is a perfect square. Go me. Okay, right, so what I've done is I've got two pieces of A3 just blank card. Now you need as good a quality card as you can get, as you can afford. I believe this is 300 GSM. Anything less, and when you have a heavy beaded canvas on the front, this is a full drill, so it needs a lot of good quality card, otherwise it's not going to stand up. As you can see, that's a good stand there. It's not going to wobble over or anything, so you do need a good quality of card. And then I cut one, and let me show you this way, that's probably easier, won't it? I put the canvas onto the card and obviously put a little bit of an edge as well so that I've got an overhanging edge, and then I cut a piece slightly larger. So we've got an extra piece here, and then I did the same with the other one, just mirrored the other one. Okay, so you end up with two cards of exactly the same size, and then what happens is you overlap them. So if you can see there, I've got one overlapped onto this side of the card and one overlapped here. You can also then put another piece of card onto the back if you wish, which is what I've done on this, because I want as much weight on this side of the card as possible to sort of counterbalance this side. Yeah, that's what I've done for the outside of the card. And you can do that with any size card, with any size paper that you've got. If you've not got any pre-made cards, or whatever card you're making isn't fitting into an exact card size, then you can just measure slightly round, just leave the extra flap so that you can fold it over into the middle. If you do want to see me do one from scratch, I will do. I'm not sure how many card makers and diamond painters combined we have on the channel, so I didn't want to bore you. Okay, but I thought while I'm doing this one and finishing it off, I may as well show you. I'd got halfway through and I thought, oh, I should have done this on camera really, never mind. Okay, and then I've got, it's a large piece of card. I don't think it's quite 2 A3 sizes, no, it's like, let me think, it's as though if you were making an A3 card, it would be like similar to like an insert size for an A3 card. These again, just what we used to call cartridge paper. It's very thick paper, possibly 160, maybe even 180 GSM. Sorry, I'm not sure what the conversion of that is into pounds for America. And then just literally popped it onto the card there, and just sort of mark where you need to cut, and then cut across the top. And I won't show you the verse I've put inside, and then just put the tape down this side of the edge here, so that when you open the card it opens out. So it always opens out to the cover page. I have just got a little Scotty dog in there because it's for my dad, and he loves Millie so much. I always put a little Scotty dog inside my cards for him. So every card he gets has a Scotty dog. Right, so that's how I've done that. Now then, last night when I was doing this, I actually used mounting tape. This is stick and stay, and it's permanent repositional adhesive. It's a clear spray. Now, I sprayed this outside. It's something I won't be able to show you in my craft room because obviously it is glue. It's quite toxic, and you don't want to get it on yourself or whatever. I did get some on my nails, so I do apologise if my nails look a bit grubby this morning. Yeah, it's difficult holding something and spraying. But yeah, I put it on. But I've noticed this morning, because it's repositionable, it is curling up at the edges, and I think that is because of the heat. So in this corner down here, I've used normal double-sided tape to see if that will hold it. But on the top corners, I'm going to use the red liner tape. Now, this is high tack tape. I got this one from Hunky Dory Crafts, which are on the craft shopping channels, but you can actually get them on the Hunky Dory website as well. I'll leave a link down below. This is a newish one that I've got, so I've got so many craft supplies from my card making, and I'm just going to take this one out. Always keep these, they have very, very sticky edges, so always keep these in whichever packaging they came in, because if you stick that in a drawer, it will get fluff around the edges stuck to it. If you put paper anywhere near it, it's like a magnet to paper and it just sticks to paper. It's terrible. So I'll grab some scissors. Now, if you're using these tapes, I would suggest that you use an oldish pair of scissors because they are very sticky. Obviously, you can clean your scissors, but I wouldn't use your best sort of, well, my paper crafting scissors are classed as my best scissors. So what I'm going to do is just lift up these corners, and we'll just take that little bit of tape off there. It's showing us red, this tape, but it is actually clear. The red is just like the cover, just the line of it, just so you can see it really, I suppose. And I'm just going to cut a little bit, put that on the edge of my desk there. Now then, that bit there has just got a little bit crunched up. Don't know if you can see that. Focus. It's not going to focus this morning. That little bit has just got a little bit crunched up, so I'm going to cut that off. We don't want that. I've not sealed this canvas because they are well and truly stuck on this, and I don't need to seal them. So I'm just going to put just a little tiny bit in each corner. Okay. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just sticking it on the edge of my desk so I don't lose my end. If you're anything like me, trying to find the end of sellotape is like, oh, so annoying. These are my paper crafting tweezers. They were actually originally making fishing fly tweezers that I got for my card making. And it is easier to get the cover sheet off these using tweezers. And you'll find that these little red bits are very, very static and will drive you potty if they get stuck to you. So if you just try and get between the canvases aren't the best thing for sellotape to adhere to, but if you just leave it a couple of seconds before trying to take it off, it will stick. So that has now stuck the corner. Obviously, I've still got my mounting spray on the back, which is going to help to hold it in place. I just don't want the corners curling up and ending up with a curly card. Oh, and obviously, you've probably noticed, I have put, I've got some 12 by 12 scrapbooking papers, and I did just cut one down and put a red backing on this because I thought the red just makes everything stand out that little bit more. I did try a few different colours, the green, I tried black. And although black usually makes things pop pretty well, it flattened this completely. It just didn't look right. Tried the blue and then there was too much blue, but the red, because of the little pops of red, just made everything else lift as well. So I'm just going to lift this corner. As you can see, it's lifting really easily. Even though there is sticky here, it's just not staying down. So I don't want my dad's card to collapse when he puts it on the mantelpiece. That's the last thing we want. Okay, and I can make this and post it, I can make this video and put it onto my YouTube channel, because by the time it's on YouTube, my dad will have his card anyway. Right, so let's just get in between this one. Some of them are easier to get off than others. Oops, come on, get you. So I would always, unless you've got really thin nails, I would always try doing this with tweezers. I suppose you could use your diamond painting tweezers, but I find that these have got sort of flatter, finer points, whereas the diamond painting tweezers tend to be that little bit bigger and don't quite get underneath the tape as much. So I still go for those. Right, and then just one final corner. Yeah, you see that? You can hear it. Can you hear that? You can just hear the stick that's still there. So I'm going to put the red on this corner as well. I will let you know if that corner does come off. I don't think it will now. I think we're going to be fairly safe. Okay, so let's just put this corner here. And hopefully these will hold. In the past I have used pin flare glue, silicone glue. But at the moment that is taking way too long to dry because of the heat. And also I do find sometimes it tends to leave a yellow stain underneath. It's just one of those things, if you do use, you know, silicone glue, crafter's glue, or say I use my pin flare, you can sometimes just get a little bit of a yellow mark where the glue has been underneath. After time, obviously, not straight away. Right, I'm going to try and pick these up now and put them in the bin. No, they're stuck to me. They don't want to come off. Okay. Right, I just put the lid back on my tweezers so I don't stab myself, and I will put that tape back in its little case there. Okay. The other thing that you can use is use these, like the little kiss pins we used to call them, or brads. We called them kiss pins because, let me just grab one and show you. We used to say that when you opened them out, it looked like cat kissing lips. It looked like somebody, it was a mouth giving you a kiss going, mwah. So that's why we always call them kiss pins, but I do believe that the correct name is brads. Now, I do have lots and lots of different ones, and these are excellent if you've got something particularly like acetate that you don't want to show glue or tape through. To just, you pop a hole in the corner and just push the pin through, and then you end up with whatever design you've got. So I could have used those as well. It would have been a case, I suppose, of trying to get the two little push pin feet, because you get these two little feet. Oh, it's focusing now, look, good. And then you just pull them apart, really, really soft. Just pull those apart, and it grips whatever's in between the little like head of the pin and the two little feet. It grips them, and that does keep things in place. And I have used an awful lot of them, and as you can see, I'm a bit of a magpie. I've got all sorts of different colours and shapes, pinks, and yeah, and then we've got the plain ones, which are just gold and silver, and then I've got lots of hearts and flowers, because yeah, I use hearts and flowers a lot, or I used to. And then I've got this little one, which is all little dragonflies, which they were quite cute if you're doing like a flowery card. To just pop those in the corners, and it's just another way of keeping your card, whatever you've put on your front of your card, onto the card. Now, really, I did think about doing this on this card, but I decided that actually the front is heavy enough, and to put 4 pieces, albeit it's light metal, of metal onto the front, it might just unbalance the card. So there you are, you see, it's now stayed, the corners are completely flat, and yeah, it's standing up. It passes the Bambi test, giving it a good waft, and although it's blowing about, that is standing up really, really nicely. So yeah, that's just a tip for putting cards on the front. Now, I do think I need something up here. It just needs something extra. I've got Happy Father's Day. As you know, I am a bit of a magpie. I don't throw anything away. So I do have all these different things that I've collected from various craft sets that I've had, and cards and things over the years. If I've got old used greetings cards, then I tend to cut bits off that I want to keep. You know, these are all from greetings cards. I don't, well, Ultimate Recyclers, I think, crafters. Oh, that's a birthday one, so we don't want that one, you see. And then it's just a case of going through. I think I want Dad somewhere on it rather than Happy. Well, I suppose it says Happy Father's Day, Dad. But let's just have a look through. That's a birthday. There's a dad there. That's a little happy Father's Day. No, I don't think I'm going to find anything in here. See, that's quite nice. You could put that on the top. If this didn't have dad at the bottom, you know, that would quite nicely match in. You could cut these bits out and that would quite nicely match in with the style of this card. So it's just a case of going through and just having a bit of a play. And this is the bit that I like. But I do need to find something to go up there. So let me have a look in my bits and bobs box. Okay, just put these away. I have all different male sort of names, male tacks in there, little husband, brother, whatever, all in that one. And then I've got one with female. So I just tend to cannibalise cats really when I'm doing things. Right, I'm going to have to try and move now, and this could be difficult because we have Lottie staying with us, Millie's little friend, and yeah, they're both underneath my chair at the moment, so this could be quite a tricky manoeuvre. Okay, just pop those away as well. I do have, oh, I've got key rings there. I wonder if, no, I'm not seeing it. I'll keep that out as a last resort. I've got these little, I suppose the green one actually. No, I'll keep that out as a last resort. These are just little Scotty dog key rings that I've got. So I've got all sorts of bits and pieces. I'm very much a magpie, and I've just got pegs and names and key rings and all sorts that I just keep in all my little boxes. These are the things that I've kept from my card making. I've got rid of lots and lots of card kits and card and all sorts of things, but I tended to keep the bits and pieces because I did think, oh, they might come in handy. That's why I've still got a house full of stuff, even though I've cleared out. Right, let me just see if I can manoeuvre this chair without squishing anybody. Okay, so this is my bit box in dire need. Let me just move that card out of the way. Pop all those bits over there. Of a good tidy out. What I tend to do is throw everything in here that I want to keep, and then every now and again I'll sit and I'll go through it and decide what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping. Oh look, I've just found another tape measure. Okay, right, yes, tape measure. I've got Christmas bits in here. I've got my bow makers in here. That's a pair of rabbit earrings. I've got all sorts in here. Yeah, these are, oh gosh, these are, yeah, they're like afro combs, but they're, you wrap ribbons around them to make bows, all different sizes of bows. Very intricate bows as well. It's really quite clever to do. I've got all my Japanese coins here, look, with the holes in, because I used to wrap them round into the threes for good luck, but it got a bit expensive to post them. I've got some little ladybirds there. Let's bring this over here again so we can, how can I do this so that you can see everything? One quick try. No, not really. It doesn't really look right. I don't know whether I'm going to find anything or whether I'm just going to leave it as is. That's a Diamond Art Studio UK look bow that I've kept because it's purple. You never know when you might need a bow. Actually, my bows tend to be underneath, so I'll just pop those on one side. There's some of my badges and things, my club badges all in here from all the different craft clubs that I used to belong to. That's my craft shoe print designer badge that I used to wear when I went to the shows. Registered designer there, look, and I've got one with exclusive designer on, I think, as well. What else have we got in here? That's under the badge. We've got a little watch there. They're a little bit small, I think. I've got like little tools. They're all charms that actually go onto bracelets, really, but you can use them for card making as well. I've got a little whistle there and a little ball of wool. So yeah, you can buy these really cheaply if you go to the shows. That's like a knife fork and spoon. Look, if you go to the craft shows, you can get these. They do like, I don't know, 10 for £1 or something like that. That might have just been when I was buying them. I should think they've gone up quite a bit in price since then. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a unicorn there. We've got some glue dots there. Not quite sure. Oh, that's just a push pin. Without the little design on it. I was going to put the unicorn on it, but I changed my mind. That's some tassels there that I've got. And then there's all sorts of flowers, snowmen, little, these are all the little bows that when Millie goes for a haircut, she comes back with little bows on. Actually, I might as well put all the other ones in here as well that I've got. I've got another one here, look, oh my goodness. So let me put all these bows in here as well. As yeah, she always comes back from the groomer's gift wrapped. That's another little badge that can go in there. What else have we got in here? We've got a tassel in here that can go in. So I tend to just have things. That's another key ring. They want to go in with the key rings, really. Yeah, and then that's just some large gems and things in there. So I have all sorts of little boxes, and I think, right, I'll just put that in there, and then I just have one big day and sort everything out. Right, what about a big bow? Oh no, no, that's not going to look right either. And that's the whole thing. This is what I like about crafting. You don't have to just stick to rules of what other people make. You can, no, I don't want that. You can just do whatever you like and just have a play and see what looks right. Those coins want to go there. Oh, got a little cat there, look. A little teeny tiny cat. Oh dear, don't know where I've got that one from. Oh yes, I do. These came off at a perfume bottle. My mum had a gorgeous perfume bottle, and it had all these things around the lid, look. Oh no, that's just a lucky elephant. They didn't have that one. But so I took them off the perfume bottle. Yeah, they were all round the lid of the bottle, and I took them all off, and I kept them because they can be used as like charms on cards and things. What about these parcels? Let me have a look at these. These are like chipboard parcels. So let me see. They might actually look quite good. What have we got? Got like a starry one. I usually like to put things in threes. Oh, that's another blue one. So are these going to look too big? And they can just slightly go over the frame. That won't matter. Let me just... Yeah, actually, I quite like that. Although it's not birthday, it's Father's Day. But I do think that that just matches in there. Yeah, I think that's just going to... It just balances out that corner. It just looks so blank in that corner. And I think with the balloons, although say it does make it more birthday, I suppose, with... Just move those over there. Yeah, like that. So that's what we're going to do. Right, let me get these put away and we'll come back and have another play. Oh, I will just quickly show you underneath as well. I've got, look, Scotty dog ribbon. And I've got all my forever flowers under here as well from Craft Buddy. So you can make your own flowers. I have got a video from last year where I did make a Mother's Day card using a Craft Buddy crystal art card. I'll put the tassels under there as well. And that. And I keep the bow there. And the forever flowers, I did mix them together. So that's something that if you want to have a look at that one, I can maybe do a little bit more of that as well. I did promise a full card making video, and I will get that done as well. Okay, so right, we want some glue. Right, I am going to use my pin flare glue for putting these on, because obviously it's going to go underneath the little parcels, so you won't see it, it's not going to show through. And I need a stick. I normally use a cocktail stick, but this will do. It's just the end off one of my pick-up pencils, silhouette pick-up pens that I've used, and it's empty, and I've just got the end. I keep everything. if I went through this craft room and showed you all the bits I've got, you'd think, blooming heck, how much stuff have you got? And I must admit, I look myself and think, blooming heck, how much stuff have you got myself? So we're just going to squeeze this out slightly in the hope that it's not got sealed up. Yeah, it's okay, it's going to move. Obviously they are. What's the date on this? Oh no, it doesn't tell me. There's an expiry date on it. I have had some of these a long time. I used to bulk buy them in 10s from the shows. And I did meet the guy who actually invented this. It's like it's an odourless silicone glue. So if you just use either a cocktail stick, or in this case I'm just using a plastic stick and just taking some out. It is a little bit stuck in here. I'm hoping there isn't a hole somewhere in this tube that's caused it to get stuck. And because it is silicone glue, you can either raise it up and have like the raised 3D effect, or you can just spread it out, which is what I want to do. I don't want it any more 3D than it already is, and just have it as a sticky glue, as a normal sticky glue. But because it's silicone, it does sort of adhere more. You wouldn't be able to use just a normal PVA glue or anything on these. I'm just going to put that, so just go slightly over the edge, but not over the edge of the card. It's just going slightly over the edge of there. And we want to put it up slightly, put it right up to that corner there, so that we're away from this bit as much as possible. So then we just want that one next. And again, say normally it would squeeze out, but I think we've got a little bit of a blockage. Oh, there you are, it's starting to come out now. And as it just comes out the end, just scrape a little bit off the top. You can put these into little syringes, which when I was making cards a lot and using them more or less every day, I did used to do that. But I find now that because I'm not using the glue as much, it's starting to go off a little bit more. I think it lasts about 6 weeks in the syringe and something like 3 months in the actual tube. So you know, it's about five. Well, I think it's about £6 or £7 a tube now, but I paid about £5 a tube for this. So it's something to really use sparingly and try not to waste, to be honest. And there you are, it's coming up now. It's saying fancy waking me up on a hot day like this. So now I've just got to hope that this, I'll just put that in the middle because it's got to go over the 2 gaps there. Hopefully this will, let's just tip that slightly that way, bring that slightly down there. I don't want it overlapping here, but I want that corner filled, and just give it a squidge. And now it is just a case of leaving that. And when you've finished using this glue, you just push it up in the tube, so you've got a little bit of a dome over the circle there. If you can see that, it's just domed over. It's a bit blurry again. It's because it's focusing on what's underneath. Let me just move that, see if it'll do it. Okay, you just push it up so there's just a little bit of a domed end, so that when you put your lid on, it's actually sealing it and stopping any air from getting in. If any air gets to the silicone glue, then it will start hardening and it will go off, as it were. You won't be able to use it once it's hard. So I'll put that back in my drawer. And this wants a good wipe. You can leave it to dry, and you can then just peel it off, because obviously it goes like solid and you can just peel it off. But I find it's easier just to get a nice tissue and just give it a good wipe. Okay. Right, and put that in the bin, don't put it back in my pocket. So now I just need that to dry. I may put something heavy on top of it just to keep it, but yeah, I think that's pretty good. That silicone should stay on there, that silicone glue should keep those on there now. And yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and hopefully my dad will be too. So I've just got what I tend to do, because it is difficult to get big envelopes. I have got envelope makers, but to be honest, I never find them very successful. And you've got to have the really big pieces of paper, which are difficult to store as well. So what I tend to do is, as I'm going around like pound shops, cheaper shops, if I see cards on special offer, you know, they do the big cards. I think this was a big, I don't know if it was a Christmas card or something, and they'd reduced the card to 10p. And I thought, well, it's worth it to me, 10p for the envelope. So I've got this size envelope, and I'll just measure it out and probably just chop this little bit off, and chop this so it just folds over, make my own little flap like this. And because I'm not posting it, then it'll just be given to my dad like that. So it's always worth just sort of like even thrift stores sometimes have like second-hand envelopes and things. Because I know when I worked in the shop, the envelopes, we didn't send the envelopes back with the cards. I mean, that's a long time ago. So we used to donate the envelopes to craft groups or to, you know, charities or whatever. So they used to sell them all in bundles to make a bit of money, which was always good. So it's always worth just checking out. But yeah, I mean, you'd need a massive piece of paper. You know, if you unfolded that, that is going to be a really big envelope. So yeah, so that cost me 10p, and I then just cut the card down and used it for other bits and pieces as well. So it's always something to look out for. Okay, well, if you've got any comments or questions, if you leave them in the comments down below. If you do want to see me do a bigger card from scratch, and as I say, I will be doing my smaller cards as well, let me know that as well, because you know, it's just extra things to do on my channel. But because I am mainly diamond painting at the moment, I don't want to start putting card making on and then finding that people aren't enjoying the card making side of it. I know not everybody likes cards. I love cards. Okay, well, if you've enjoyed looking at this with me, a thumbs up is always much appreciated. And if you want to come back and see what I get up to next, then if you press that subscribe button and the all notifications bell that pops up, you'll be notified when any of my videos come up. So thanks ever so much for stopping by, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.